And we are live with another episode of the Brownwater Banter Podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey Cates.
It is Joey Cates. In the studio today, we have Captain Zach Courtney from Connected Charters, man. We're going to be talking about all things offshore, his backstory, how he got into the game, how he catches so many big-ass yellowfin. He's going to be giving away all his secrets today, too, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good show. Before we jump into it, though, like we always do, we have to thank the people that keep the lights on for us over here at the Brownwater Studio. Right out of the gate, Dr. Robbie Williams over at Southern Magnolia Smiles, man. If you're looking for a great local dentist, they are located on Washington Avenue in Ocean Springs. You can look them up on the socials at Southern Magnolia Smiles on Facebook and Instagram. And when you're ready to book that consultation with them, you can give them a call at 228-215-1202 and tell them Brownwater sent you. If you need legal representation, Taylor & Cox Law Firm is right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. They are in Jackson County, George County, and Greene County. They specialize in felonies, misdemeanors, DUI, BUI, family law, divorce, child custody. If you need somebody that's going to fight tooth and nail for you in the courtroom, it's our buddy Tyler right there. Give him a call, 228-696-0111. And again, tell him Brownwater sent you. We keep saying it, man. If you're trying to get off the couch, move around, start feeling better, prioritizing.
Summer's over. You already missed that. Yeah, you missed the boat.
You know, you can start prepping for New Year's summer. Well, New Year's resolutions coming up in a couple months too. You can blow that out of the water. Their motto: Forever Young Men and Women's Health. Their motto is bringing medicine, health, and exercise together to help men and women live their best lives. You book with them. You go in. They draw some blood. They check your labs. They see if you're vitamin deficient, hormone deficient. They specialize in testosterone replacement for both men and women, believe it or not. This is Kendrick right here, man. He's very knowledgeable in everything health and wellness, man. So Forever Young Men and Women's Health, give them a call, 228-363-6623. And again, tell them Brownwater sent you. And bringing up the rear here, it's at Insured Roofing. That is ENSURED, Insured Roofing. They are Coastal Mississippi's trusted roofing experts. They specialize in roof replacements, repairs, and storm damage restoration. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. I think we dodged a bullet today.
One over us right now.
Yeah, but it ain't really that. I don't want to say that. I'm not going to say that. Anyway, whether you need storm damage repair, like I say, or just someone to come out and look at something that's going on with your roof, Insured Roofing is the one for you. You can look them up at www.insuredroof.com or give them a call at 228-797-7667. And tell them Brownwater sent you, man. We want to thank all the sponsors because without them, we can't do the show.
Because we are poor.
We broke, man. We broke. We're about to jump into it. If you're tuning in live, hit us with your questions. We want to know what you're thinking, what's up. It's going to be a good conversation, so I'm going to jump into it right now. First, right off the bat, Zach, man, thank you for being here, brother. We appreciate it. When did we go on the charter trip with you? Joey, help me out here. Do you know how long ago that was? I feel like it was yesterday. It could have been 6 years ago.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah. We went. Where Ram Powell, is that where we went? Do you remember?
No, we did the winter fishing in like 23.
Yeah.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn it. Okay. We had a great time. Been talking about getting you on the show for a while. Finally, we were able to make it happen today, so glad to have you here. We always like to start with the guest, your backstory. Where are you born? Where are you from? The Gulf Coast, Mississippi. Where did you get your start from?
Gosh, well, yeah, man, thank y'all for having me.
Yeah.
And,
pull that mic in real quick. It bends. Yep, the closer the better. Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep, go
better?
Yep, perfect.
But yeah, originally born and raised in Brandon, Mississippi.
Okay, a little bit further north.
Yeah. Started my life out there, and then my dad's half of the family's from the Jackson area, and then my mom's half of the family's from Ellisville, Laurel, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And spent half my life up there, half my life down there with them, and I grew up with them bringing me down to Ship Island. We'd ride the Ship Island ferry out and fish in the surf. I mean, there's pictures of me when I was 4 years old out there. So it's
got hooked then.
Yeah. Well, I've been fishing since I could walk. I grew up on a 18 acre lake.
Okay.
Okay. There, my mom has just a montage of photos of me holding up like 7, 8, 10-pound bass in my school uniform still. So.
Freshwater guy at first.
Yeah. I started out bass fishing, and that just, I'm sitting there, catching a largemouth on a frog, just imagining that blue marlin busting on a bait.
Yeah.
Since I was little. So.
Yeah, dude. We take it for granted having been born and raised here, but like somebody like you who comes down here and falls in love with it, are y'all just making trips back as often as y'all can? Like, is it a weekend getaway? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, well, my grandparents are down here just about every weekend.
Okay.
And Yeah, we and then fishing wise, we took a lot of trips with my dad and some of our people. We'd go, fishing in the marsh in Louisiana. And run some redfish charters and speckled trout and all that fun stuff.
What, did you at that time, at that age, did y'all have your own boat that y'all would like trailer down to the coast, or like I know you mentioned the Ship Island excursion was one way you would get out there, but did y'all have a boat and bring it down?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
They were all mainly freshwater boats. We had bass boats.
Yeah.
and cruisers. And,
okay, so maybe more inshore stuff at first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm the only one in the family that caught the offshore bug.
Yeah, and a bad bug it can be.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Like I say, we take it for granted, man. Like I get aggravated that I have to pull my boat like 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes down the road. And I'm like, man, I shouldn't have to do that. People coming from Hattiesburg, there's weekend warriors that come down here all the time that make that trip,
Right.
So I guess you can relate to that a little bit. So how did you go from, how'd you get the bug, and then how did you get into opening up a charter business? Walk us through that whole thing there.
Well, I got out of college and
Where'd you go to school?
Ole Miss.
There you go. I know we got some Ole Miss fans that watch the show.
Yeah. I wish I could go back. I'm gonna go get my master's or something, or anything I could do to go back.
It was a good time for you up there.
Oh, it was one of the greatest. Like that shirt says, the greatest 5 to 7 years of your life.
Whatever you could afford.
Yeah.
Like literally to the T that I'd do anything to go do it over again.
And we were talking before we went live. You didn't just get like a fine arts easy degree. Like you went all the way with it.
I did the chemical engineering thing. And I got a big shout out to my dad for sticking with me through that and pushing me through it. 'Cause there's so many times I should have been snatched home
is it fair to say that maybe you weren't taking it completely serious?
I'm looking at this GPA, son, and just wondering why you always partying after the football game.
That's right. What's up with this shit?
And see, what made it even worse is I played football at East Mississippi Community College first before I went to Ole Miss.
All right, okay.
And so I went up there feeling a little behind on my buddies, and so I had some catching up to do.
Okay.
But finally,
you got it figured out. You reined it in.
Yeah. Finally got it figured out, and I started working and got out of school, and I just I love fishing so much. Like I would run out of friends to split fuel bills with on the weekends because I'm like, I gotta do something. Like I'm like, hey, it's great weather this weekend. Let's go like grouper fishing, and I'm like, well, we just went like 2 weeks ago. I can't. I'm
right.
Like, well, I'm going.
Yeah. We talk to a lot of people on this show that come through these into the studio here.
On my cable.
Yeah, and I always say it if I'm talking to somebody like outside of the show, like at work the other day. As a matter of fact, somebody was like, so and so said we need to call you. We were out fishing. To call you and see if you knew where to go. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm honest on this show. Like I talk about fishing way more than I go fishing. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm more like your buddies. Like, hey, man, we went 2 weekends ago. Like I'm good. But I meet people like you all the time. Like you would fish every single day if you could.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I admire that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, charter game's a little different though. It's really, really good when it's good, and when it sucks, it really,
like
really
I said,
sucks.
like we were again, like we said before we hit the record button, like we go that one day, and when you go that far out, deep sea, like you're doing, like it beats you up. Like I don't know how you do. How many days will you run in a row? Like I'm sure it varies by how many trips and the weather, but like give me a run that you'll do.
My record's 5 out of here, 5 trips
straight
in a row. Yeah, 5 straight. But
days in a row.
Yeah, and out of doing it out of here in Mississippi makes it tough. You can't fish 7 days a week out of here weather-wise.
Right.
It just doesn't happen.
Right.
Venice is the only place in the world that you can do that because you can pick the east side of the river, west side of the river, south side, whatever it is. But here you really got to pick your days.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into that because a lot of people choose to go to Venice, and we've had a couple of other blue water guys on the show. What made you want to jump into the blue water game out of Mississippi when there was Venice and the other ones?
Well, being from Jackson, this is my closest point south. This was by driving in a vehicle. This was the closest place I could get the fastest to. And then, really, when you look into the charts and look at how areas that we're fishing, Mary Walker and Gaucher is really in just a perfect location. Because I can run out of there and I can run east and go fish the FAD south of Panama City.
Right.
Or I can be fishing south of the river with the Venice fleet. And it's just, you got a long run, but it's it's the closest one you're going to get without going to Venice or something like that.
Well, why'd you pick Mary Walker? Did you just stumble across that, or you fished out there before?
Man, I've been coming down here my whole life. I started out at the old Biloxi Boardwalk Marina before it was Pelican Point.
Mm-hmm.
And I left there about the same time of that transition when I discovered Mary Walker. It's like when Jimmy first bought the marina from the old owners. I don't really know the backstory, but supposedly the longtime owners kind of let it go downhill.
Yeah.
Jimmy stepped in, kind of rebuilt the place up, and my grandparents that live in Ellisville are actually from Moss Point. But
Okay.
my grandfather worked at
A little
Ingalls.
bit of a tie there.
Yeah, he worked at
yeah,
Ingalls
yeah.
when he was real young, and it took me pulling in that place one time, and I was like, my eyes got big. I was like, this is what I'm looking for right here. Like the fuel dock with the fillet tables.
Mm-hmm.
It
set up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is everything that you want right there.
Yeah.
And I started running out of Biloxi, and then I come over here. That just to do the offshore thing, it's such a shorter run from Mary Walker, especially doing the snapper trips and stuff. 2 days are just a walk in the park out of there, because you run out of the river and you just shoot straight south of Petti Bois, and you're at the Triple Rig and the Fish Havens.
Yep.
And
it's a real nice setup. My dad used to live on the river right there, so he would go there a good bit, and we went a few times. We used to go to Huck's a lot back when it was Huck's. I think it's something Crawfish House.
Crawfish
Shack.
Crawfish Hole now.
We used to go to Huck's a lot, and that place used to be the
Amazing.
spot.
Yeah.
It used to be the spot. But when we went on chartered with you, 23, I guess we're assuming about when that was. But like, I thought the same thing. We pulled up there. I'm like, man, I hadn't been there in a long time. I was like, this is a nice setup. They had obviously the marina. They had a few boats, I guess, that stay there, like sport fish boats that stay there. There's a restaurant as you come in. I forget the name of it. Right?
That used to be the Tiki.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
And we ate there since it's changed the name. I don't know what it's called now. I forget.
They're closed back now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they had good food. They had good food, but it had a good time there too. But so it's a good spot. It's a good spot. You dig it there?
Oh yeah,
The
absolutely. And it's growing too. Like we got the new place is the lagoon right around the bend in Mary Walker.
Okay.
That place is blown up pretty good.
What is that now? Is that
It's a frozen daiquiri bar, and they have live music. And
it's not the old Hucks, right? It's a different spot.
No.
Okay.
It's basically between Hucks and Mary Walker on Mary Walker Bayou.
Okay.
It's where I think it used to be called Tussie's. They call it Legend Oaks now.
It ain't that old metal building that was blown out for so long that nobody did anything with.
It might have been. They might have revamped it, but it's wherever it used to be called Tussie's Fish Camp, but it's I think called Legend Oaks now. It's like,
is it by the boat launch?
There is a boat launch right there.
Yeah, that's exactly the spot.
It's like an L shape, and they got the lifts underneath the little condos that you can stay in.
Okay, nope, this is something different. But anyway,
you're thinking about I know where you're thinking.
You know what I'm talking about? Where we put over
launched,
sometimes.
Yeah, that's not that place.
Okay, that building's been sitting there forever.
Yeah,
It's kind of like nobody's done anything with it. But I love the Pascagoula River. I know you do offshore, as part of the charter. You ever inshore fish on the river?
I do for fun. I've got my dad's bay boat there.
Yeah,
the Marina's little 21 Skeeter. And
dude, when it gets cold, November, December, January, the speckled trout come way up that river. And we went out a few years ago, and you're catching bass in one cast in the same spot, and the speckled trout in the next cast, same spot.
Yeah, probably the coolest day I had in the bay boat. I had like red snapper, triggerfish, and redfish, a flounder, and a largemouth bass all on the same day.
Yeah, the whole
you can't. That's badass. Like,
yeah,
you can't beat that. You can't beat that.
It was cool.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you got lodging over there too, right? There's some lodging with Mary Walker.
We do. I work with my buddy Austin. He's got the house, and I help him manage it and run the Airbnb. And
how many places are over there? If somebody wants to stay, like how many units are available?
We've just got the one house right there at Mary Walker at the gate.
Okay.
And then, but it is growing. There's they just built a lodge place with maybe like 8 lodges in it. Right on the backside of Mary Walker, and there's a few places around the campground that you can rent.
That's badass.
But,
That's badass.
Yeah, what is that? How many rooms? How many people can fit and all that stuff?
It's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. So it's got 1 king bed, 1 queen bed, and 2 twins. And then It's got a sunroom and a living room and couches and all that. So it can sleep with your crew of 6 pretty
How,
comfortable.
how many charters are running out of Mary Walker, not including outside of you?
There's me and I think 2 others. There's
Okay,
Peer Pressure.
not many.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There's
Okay.
me, Peer Pressure, and 1 other. But,
Okay. Are they offshore guys or they do inshore stuff?
Peer Pressure is like a mix. They do inshore and kind of nearshore snapper stuff.
Okay.
And then the other guys are about the same.
All right. For chartering though, you only do offshore, right? You don't
Right,
do
yep,
inshore
yep.
trips. Yeah. Okay.
I tried to do the nearshore trips in my boat, like fishing around the islands for trips. It's just when you get out of your bubble, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
How did you learn the offshore game? Because of course it's totally different than the inshore game. How did you get your cut your teeth in the yellowfin, snapper, wahoo world?
Man, it's really just trial and error. Like I pretty much
Get it wrong a bunch of times until you figure it out.
Right. Yeah. Look, when I was 4, I learned how to tie a uni knot, and from there, that's all you need to know. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I got my first boat in 2000 and my first boat in 2018. It was a 25-foot sea hunt game fish.
Okay.
And so I started fishing with friends on it for fun, and that's when I really started to get my offshore experience in on, learning the bait, learning sabikis, and
Yep.
learning the relief charts and all that fun stuff, and started doing it with friends. And then being in that boat, I did a lot of snapper trips and stuff back then. It was a state permitted boat. We're fishing, FH2 snapper season. The whole world revolved around that. And I wasn't really doing the blue water charters yet, but me and my friends, I would take that 25-foot sea hunt to Ram Powell all the time. All the time.
It's a haul, ain't it?
But look, and with everything I do, like I did my homework, and that 25-foot sea hunt had 140 gallon fuel capacity.
Okay.
On twin Yamaha.
Yeah.
150s. So,
That's what I got. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means he had about 10 gallons left when you got back to the dock.
That's 9 more than you really need.
Yeah.
You're right.
So we had some great times out there on that, and it just slowly started growing from there. And then I got the Invincible in 21.
You need a top up on that? I'll go grab it.
Oh no, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Take us around the boat. Yeah, tell us what it is,
Yeah,
what she
I'm
does.
gonna flash it while you do that. Go ahead.
Man, I got a 2015 33-foot Invincible monohull. Yeah, people might beat me up for this, but I have become a monohull guy. Like
I am too.
I'm not the ride of a catamaran. I just can't get used to it. Only because I've been on a monohull ever since I could, walk. That the bow
shaking
steer
back and forth.
Yeah, the bow steer of those catamarans. It's just hard to get used to. And I've only had a catamaran scare the just bejeebies out of me one time. It got lifted up in like a little following sea, and it made it feel like that front corner was about to go in the water.
That elevator feeling.
Yeah. My stomach was up in my throat, and I was just like, man, this is new.
Yeah.
But they all serve their purpose, though. I mean, my boat absolutely hates a head sea. It's a twin-stepped hull, so it's fast, light, and fuel efficient when you're able to run. Like if that boat's able to run 35 miles an hour or faster, you can't beat it. You're getting like 1.2, 1.3 miles per gallon.
Perfect.
It's efficient, but then the minute you get into a head sea that drops her down to like 28, 30, goes right down to 0.9, and it's on the steps and off the steps, on the steps and off the steps. But yeah, you gotta take what it can give you.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what it can give you right there. It's going to be a little delay for you seeing it over
here,
but
there she is.
There
right
she
there.
is. Yeah, but
Look,
it's going to change here in a second to what she can give you. I'm looking at a yellowfin hanging out upside down in front of the Mary Walker sign, which looks like, I can't quite tell. Is that blackfin, Joey? You can probably see right here. They're small. Well, right here. Looks like some blackfin posted up on there, which is what we caught when we went out with you. There you go. There you go. Tell us about that. Talk to us about that real quick.
Well, man, I have what they call yellow fever real bad. Yellow and purple. The swordfish gave me a purple fever. Yellowfin gave me yellow fever real bad.
All right.
And I have people, especially recently, they ask me, I mean, I guess they can see it on my face after running 3-4 trips in a row. They're like, how you do this? Like, does this not ever get old? And I'm like,
no.
when you see a 200-pound yellowfin tuna come off 20 foot off the bow with your popper in its mouth, you're done.
Yeah.
Like I will chase that until my body will no longer let me do it.
It is a different feeling. I will give you that. Like when you're that far out there, and like that day where we were those yellowfin were popping everywhere, and every time we tried to get to them, they'd run over here. It feels more like being almost like I've never been to Africa, but like when you watch shows where like the lions are chasing the prey all around, you watch that kind of feels like you're not. This is their turf. This ain't our turf.
Right.
If this boat was to go down, like we're in their
dead.
world. Yeah,
You're dead really
We're not
quick.
swimming back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
There's a little bit of that like anxiety, cautiousness, but like you said, when you start seeing shit like that, it's just amazing.
Oh yeah,
It's a whole different world, a whole different vibe.
like that David Attenborough guy.
Yes,
like
yes,
his voice
yes,
is in my head
yes.
all the time. Like that's just everything I see out there is that guy just narrating my life out there.
Yes, yeah,
it's awesome.
That's badass.
Yeah. So walk us through a trip. If we go through Mary Walker, tell us what we're going to do. Tell us what we're going to need. What do you offer? You offer, you blue water, snapper. Is it half days, full days? How does it work?
Well, my meat and gravy is a 12-hour full day blue water fishing. We start the day out catching bait. Well, it depends on what time of year it is.
Yeah.
Summertime months when the live bait's there, we start out catching bait on the triple rig, the buoys, the tankers, all that right out south of the islands. Fill the live wells up, and then we're fishing marlin, Ram Powell, Delta House, Horn Mountain, really all those rigs kind of in our range, and we spend the morning tuna fishing, but our main focus is tuna, but you get the mahi, the rainbow runners, white marlin coming the spread, and you never really know what you're going to get into when you're out there.
Yeah.
But tuna's the main target, and we fish until either we got what we want or we're out of bait. Yep.
That's a beautiful picture right there. I don't know. Did you take that? I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is a beautiful photo.
Yep. I think that is actually Appomattox.
I wish it was slick like that all the time.
It ain't all the time. I got another picture here. It's going to take a second. It'll be another big yellowfin. Looks like somebody's holding up on your boat there too. That's what we were targeting that day. And like I said, they were popping all over the place. It's just every time we moved to them, they moved somewhere else.
They were, and they're different every day. Like even in the wintertime, like when we're fishing like a 4-day stretch on them, every day they're in a different mood.
Okay.
Like
there they go right there.
Yep.
That's a good one.
That's in the 25-foot sea hunt.
No
really?
shit.
Yeah.
Really?
That picture is in 2019. Signed up for the Louisiana Tuna Wahoo Classic. I fish it every year.
Okay.
And that was, I think.
Look at the blood everywhere.
That's
boy.
a good one. What is that?
Yeah.
150-ish?
I think that one's 186.
Oh,
Jeez,
yeah.
And then right after that, as soon as we got situated, we put baits back out in the water and hooked a 152.
Damn. Because they're thick when they're like that, huh?
Yeah. It was a good day. That was on the Horseshoe. But that was the Louisiana Tuna Wahoo Classic, and they only had a weigh station in Venice. So I got to bring both of those fish back into Venice.
Okay.
Marina and weigh them
So
in.
you was moving.
Yeah.
You covered some ground, huh?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you went out of Biloxi or out of Mary Walker?
No, we trailered down to Venice for that year.
I got you.
But,
and then there we go right here. We can't forget.
Big snapper,
You can't forget the snapper.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So we, spend the morning tuna fishing, and then in the afternoons, we can kind of tailor that to kind of whatever the clients want to do.
Right.
If it were up to me, I'd always go sword fishing because I'm out there for the fish of a lifetime. I always tell people
The trophy guy.
Yeah. That's what I'm there for. I want every trip to be the fish of a lifetime for somebody.
Yeah.
And I always tell people if we get skunked or something, and if you wanted the rod bent all day, we would have stood right here on the fuel dock, and you would have caught a hardhead or an alligator gar every time the hook touched the water.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
So we'll go sword fishing, which that's a love-hate relationship.
It's boring, but then it's really, really exciting.
Right. I tell people it's the most boring thing you'll ever do until it's the most exciting thing you'll ever do.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, I've not done that.
Man, when those fish get up,
you just watch that rod tip doing this, and all of a sudden, then it's on.
And when they get to the surface, they are angry. Like it's the only fish I've ever seen like charge the boat. Like
really.
Yeah,
he's pissed.
Yeah, they're notorious because they're real long, and it's kind of like pulling a 2x4 sideways through the water.
Right.
So you got to spin the boat and kind of like circle pinwheel with them.
Okay.
So they're
Kind of
always
like picking up a trawl.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They're always behind the motors. And I've had one come up where, you're tight, and we're turning around, and all of a sudden the rod just unloads, the line goes slack, and the fish charges. He charges the motors, and you got to floor the throttles to drive away from the fish. And then as long as everything stays buttoned up, we get tight on him again.
Yeah,
It's just a wild ride.
Yeah, I bet.
Do you tailor fit trips like that? Like if somebody just wants to go to swords, or do you ever
absolutely.
just do marlin, or you ever just do sailfish or any stuff like that?
Right. I've never caught a sailfish. Ever.
Okay.
Never. I've never even seen one out there.
I caught one in Cabo.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
It wasn't huge for a sailfish.
Right.
Yeah.
But we can tailor it that way. If you just want to say I'm yellowfin tuna fishing till the cows come home, you're only going to have bait really until noon. After that, if you really want to hammer it out, you can start trolling ballyhoo and lures and stuff at that point. And then, like I said, in the afternoon, we'll go sword fishing or a more, I guess, productive or what do they call it? More instant gratification fishing is going a deep drop for grouper.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We'll finish tuna fishing and we'll stop on some like deep water pipelines or something like 800-900 foot and drop the electric reels down and.
Pretty quick at the grouper there.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting there watching that swordfish
right,
for
man.
like 2 or 3 hours.
I absolutely love my sonar too. It's you can pull up and 800 foot, see the fish down there. I can watch the chicken rig go down to them.
Pinpoint them.
It hits the bottom, and then when it's on, the bite is right there.
Yeah.
And you winch them up, and they.
So how long have you been running the charter business? Like how long have you been in the game now?
It started in 2019, so I'm on 7 years and some change.
Okay, and so how you mentioned that you were doing it with your friends and everything beforehand, right? From 19 to now, how much have you? Because I'm sure in 19 you're like, okay, I know enough now to start this business, start taking clients out, right? You had a good understanding of what it would take or whatever. How much have you learned since 19 to now?
A lot.
Right? You're like, damn, I didn't know what I didn't know.
And it never stops. I learn something every time I go.
Yeah.
So
is there something like I guess there's like a community, like y'all got the inshore guys, right? Y'all got I'm sure text groups or whatever. Y'all stay in touch, and then y'all on the radio when y'all are out there. Is it the same thing for y'all, like the offshore guys? Y'all kind of have like a little circle of people that you know's out there. You can call for help and stuff like that. Okay,
probably mostly the Venice fleet, right?
Yeah, I got a few guys I'm friends with there, and stay in contact with them, and then like our guys here too. We're pretty good about letting each other know what's going on.
Trying to help each other out if somebody's on the bite. Yeah.
It's a lot of fuel, and like when you decide to leave, I mean, the difference between going and fishing at Elf or going to fish at Petronas once you get out there, that's a 70-mile gap between. Okay, they're over here. Well,
you burn it. Yeah. I guess that's the hardest thing with offshore fishing is the time management. You got to be really good at time management. Like me, I can hit a white trout reef and pull up in 10 minutes and hit another white trout reef. Like you just said, 70 miles is going to take you an hour or so to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I definitely do get some looks whenever we run 70 miles and you get to Ram Powell and cuddle out and the sonar is not looking right and.
They're like, damn.
We ran all the way out here for nothing.
Right. We haven't even put a bait in the water. And I'm like, all right, guys, beanbags, we're riding out. They're like, what? I'm like,
I'm telling you.
Time. We're going to waste time by putting baits out here. It's just, we'll run on the next spot and hope it works when you get there.
Yeah.
But
worst case scenario, you got a kick-ass boat ride all day long, depending on how the weather was,
But, man, like Hilton's is the main driving force of that though. That I catch all my fish basically off Hilton's. Thomas has built a just amazing platform. It's the satellite imaging with chlorophyll and currents and rig locations and all that fun stuff. And it keeps track of like it's like a live feed where like the drill ships that move around.
Okay.
It'll give you the coordinates of the drill ship, how long it's been on site because that's a big deal too. Like if a drill ship pulls up and it's only been there for 3 days, there's not going to be much fish on it. But
right.
If you know it's been there for a few weeks or a month, that's worth looking at.
Okay. Now, what is that, though, you just described? That's a pay-for-service or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I think it's about $200 or $220 a year.
Okay.
And it's worth its weight in gold.
All right. So I'm completely green on this. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It shows you the rip. It shows you currents. It shows you everything. Right?
Yep. Shows you the main thing I look at is chlorophyll. and shows
More
you
like borophyll.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Couldn't help
Right.
it. Couldn't help it.
But it shows you the water color and what's going on out there, and it helps out big time. Like my last trip, the water's been pretty awful around here lately with all the rain we had about a month ago.
That was my next question. I was going into that. What's the water look like out there? Because behind the islands, it's chocolate milk.
I'm telling you, it looks the same from the river all the way out 100 miles.
No shit.
Right now, there's no variation at all until you hit the rip, and then it's cobalt blue with a band of grass.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we fished the Governor's Cup. Like we ran out of Florida, and literally it was the color of this table until we found the rip, and then it was blue.
Yeah.
You know, usually it goes brown, green, a little blue, and then blue. No, it was straight brown to blue. And that's how bad it was.
Yeah, and so Hilton's comes into play because like before I even leave the dock, I've got that shot where I know what it's supposed to look like out there, and then you go out there and then you see it and you compare it to what you were
thinking
expecting.
It would be.
And so
you verified it. It's
right,
good.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how it works. Like we ran all the way out there, and I even had the clients like, man, we stopped for a piss break, and they're like, this water's nasty out here, and we've run 80 miles. I'm like,
this ain't normal.
I'm like, just bear with me. Just bear with me. We got about 20 more to go, and it should get right. And, And then what do you know? We get out there and
Pow.
Yep, boom. You start seeing frigate birds flying around, and then all of a sudden you can see the blue water just shimmering on the horizon.
And that is a beautiful sight if you've never seen it.
Yes,
it is absolutely amazing.
The rip is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, so we're gonna. I guess we're gonna pack up and we're gonna jump on bean bags, right? And usually the run. Tell us about the season. Like if I'm going summer to winter, what is the difference between the runs there, depending on the moon and the water and all that stuff?
Right. Summertime's long runs and live bait. And then in the wintertime is short runs and dead bait and top water.
Yeah.
So
that's my favorite, throwing poppers. And I'm sure that
absolutely. Absolutely. And I tell you, January of this year was the greatest month, 3 to 4 weeks of tuna fish I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
If I ever see it that good again, it will be a blessing for sure.
Is that your favorite time to fish? I'm guessing because it's cooler too, so it's got to be way better on the boat. But October till like January, probably.
It is. It really starts to fire off in December.
Okay.
And really, it just depends on the weather. I always tell people when those first hard cold snaps start coming through, it is normally when it starts to fire off, and it's because it's flushing all the bait out of like Breton Sound and Curlew and the Mississippi River Delta.
Right.
Those cold snaps push all the bait offshore, and it's just a feeding frenzy from there.
Yeah.
Like y'all remember that low tide that we had, like the record low tide, like the boat ramps were dry.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, you filmed it, didn't you?
Yeah,
for,
I had
Brittany?
a bunch of it. Yeah, Josh had one, and I had one too from my property. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Swinford had the one where it was like the chum churns laying in the water. and there's no water.
Yeah,
at
I thought
all.
that was you, but that was wild. Yeah.
That day was the greatest day of fishing I think I would probably ever have.
Really?
Tell us about it, dude.
Man, we landed. We were probably like 2 for 9 on like the 150, 200 pound tunas. And we fought them for so long. When we finally landed we caught the first one early, and then when we finally landed the second one after fighting fish and chasing them for 3-4 hours, there's guys laid out on the deck. Just I grabbed the T-top and my hand cramps up on it. I'm having to pry my fingers off the posting, and we drove home that day watching tunas just blow up. And not even going after
it.
No,
spent.
Yeah, it's just you're done. And it's just like you just post it up and just watch them do the damn thing the whole way home.
Yeah, I talked some shit one time when we heard a story about that, people leaving tuna biting like that. And I was like, man, why would you do that? And then we went on a trip, and I saw when we went side bet, and I was like, I get it. Yeah, I don't want any more of this fish. Let's get the hell out of here.
You'd be puking like you're running sprints.
I'm I'm over it, bro. Let's get out of here.
I'm sure that happens all the time where you got these these cowboys that think they're going to bow up on these fish, and you get them out there and put them do you put them in belts or anything like that, or you just let them wear themselves out?
That is the bad thing about catching them on the poppers is you're in that spin rod.
Yeah.
And
it's every man for himself, or one man for himself.
Yeah.
And you know, some guys, they've come up with, there's some ways. I have seen some harnesses that can clip into them. I think Black Magic might have some type of harness that can wrap around the blank, or and then I've seen those wrap systems that go in the rod holder. I've seen people use those on the spin rod, but I can't. You have to hold the spin rod sideways a little bit because the line's under it. Like that's,
Yeah,
no,
that doesn't sound fun.
No,
You figure out how much you want that fish.
Yeah.
About
you gonna earn it
Oh,
today,
yeah.
boy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
and they all got different attitudes. I mean, we've killed 180, 200-pound fish in 3 minutes, and we've taken 2.5 hours on them. It's just,
It's how they want to fight for the day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the record was a 220 that we caught in 2 minutes.
Swam straight out.
He just swam straight to the boat.
No, he never went under. The guy throws the popper, the bait ball's busting. He throws the popper to the edge of it, and I guess when the fish ate it, he got tail wrapped on the surface, and this fish started going around in circles with that tail. Like, I mean, it looked like I can't even describe it. It's just a motor, going around in circles, and like we literally just drove over to it and just gaffed it right there.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're like, that's way easier. We'll just do that every time.
Just tail wrap it every
Let's do
time.
that every
Yeah,
time.
but it was just going nuts, just around in circles, and just I guess however it was wrapped up, it just couldn't go
Couldn't
down.
get down.
Yeah.
So
Well, I saw recently on one of your videos, you spoke about bait balls. That bait ball y'all were in recently, it sounded like the earth was ending. It was so loud.
yeah. That was nuts. That was, I mean, it looks like it's raining on the radar. When you see that, and you're like, guys, we gotta try. Something's going down
We
over
gotta
here.
go.
Something is happening.
We
And
got to
you
go
just
over
drive like, and it sounds like you're standing in Niagara Falls. It's just like, just fish landing on top. We were I was on a private boat out of Orange Beach that day, and it was a 34 Freeman, and the fish were so fired up. There were pogies landing on the bow of it.
Yeah.
Like just from coming up out of the water.
Yeah.
They're like landing on the bow, and you can just grab one, hook it, and throw it in the water.
It's way easier to get bait that way, too.
Yeah. Does the moon phase hurt you a lot, tuna fishing? Because I've always heard the moon plays a factor into it.
I wouldn't say so. Sword fishing for sure. The world sword fishing revolves around the moon phases, but
I've always heard a full moon, the tuna eat at night, and then they don't eat it that morning. Is there any truth to that?
And tuna fishing used to be great at night a few years ago, but I haven't found a night where I've got on a good yellowfin bite in a long time.
Really? It's been in the morning?
That was the question I was going to ask a minute ago. You said like the 12-hour trip is the one your bread and butter, if I remember how you said it. What's the times on that? What time are we leaving the marina, and when are we coming back on a 12-hour? And then also, do you prefer to do nighttime runs, or do you do nighttime?
Yeah, we do overnight trips.
Okay.
And then the summertime it's 5:30 to 5:30. The wintertime, the time change is different. We end up leaving a lot early. I think we leave at 4:30.
Okay.
If they pass this bill, we don't have to worry about this. Or they get rid of, if they get rid of daylight savings time.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I'd love to leave the dock at 5:30.
Yeah, that'd be good stuff.
So you do the overnights too?
Yeah. Those are a fun time.
Okay.
I do a lot of fishing with Captain Teddy Mum out of Bay St. Louis. He's the one with the blind tiger boat.
Okay.
And with the blind tiger and that crew, I love working with them. We're able to offer some pretty cool packages. Like this weekend, we got a 2-boat trip. I've got 6 on my boat and 6 on the blind tiger.
Nice.
And we're gonna go see what we can get into there, and then it's just it's a nice option to be able to provide to other people if they want.
Hell yeah.
And you're still in the same boat as everybody else. You're only 6. You can only hold 6, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Just 6.
And then the blind tiger, that is a Freeman, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then it only holds 6 as well, right? So
just 6.
yeah, a lot of people want to call and be like, "Well, you got a 37-foot boat.
it's
Why
a
can't
license.
you put 12 people?"
Yeah.
down?"
They don't. They don't
They
get
don't
it.
understand it.
And then they're like, "Well, this person's not gonna fish. What if they just take pictures?"
I
I'm
wish
like,
we could do that. Yeah. Because nobody would love it more than you.
Right. You tell my insurance agent that.
That's right.
They can deckhand. Can they gap a fish?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a licensure thing, unfortunately.
What's one of the crazier things you've seen out there?
Probably that tuna getting tail wrapped on the surface is one of them.
You ever run any whales or anything like that?
Yeah. We do see whales out there a pretty good bit. And like I said, that just back to that January. I mean, it's like every time we left the dock was probably one of the craziest things I've seen out there. We and I just got a drone back in November of 25.
Okay.
And it's already paid itself off 10 times over because that winter season got fired up, and you finally hook a fish and you're fighting it for an hour, and I'm just chilling on the bow of the boat, and you're watching tunas boil like a half a mile from the boat while you're stuck. I put the drone up there and go fly over and go park right on top of them. I just got some awesome footage of.
Nice.
So you're flying a drone and driving a boat.
Yeah.
Double captain. Yeah.
I was going to say, because that's kind of hard to do. I mean, the drones are better each. The newer ones get better and better, and they have autonomous stuff. But it's still, you got to get it out. You got to set it up.
Right.
You got to do it. You got to land it. That's always fun.
I'm always scared. I'm a dunk ours. Every time we go out there, I'm like, oh, this one's going in the water, and I lose my whole drone.
But I started out like a long time ago. I had one that didn't have all that auto driving and stuff. And when I got this thing, I realized that you can just park it and throw the remote on the dash and not worry about it. Like that was a game changer.
You can ours will just like we're talking about these cameras. You can just highlight the boat. You can make it. It'll just do circles, like and keep the camera centered on the boat if you want it to.
Yep. So it can follow you around, and you get some great shots that way.
Yeah, marketing, I'm sure for you, right? Like it's great. Are you pumping that content out? Where are you pumping that content out to? To the charter Facebook page?
Yep. My charter Facebook page actually my personal Facebook page is pretty much the main hub. It's got the most traffic. I basically just kind of share stuff to the charter page.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Joey notices that too a lot with the algorithm.
They throttle you down if you're a business page.
Yeah, if you're a personal page, like your personal page, you get a little more traction.
Right. So I have better success there, and I've tried to do the YouTube thing. I've got some videos out there, but it's just the editing. That's a lot.
It is.
I have just hours and hours of footage. Like I've got all that footage from this winter.
Okay.
I just have the archives of just awesome footage that just I hadn't been able to do anything with.
Yeah. We'll have to talk if the AI could edit some of that for you. I don't know. It goes off of a lot of your transcripts. So if it's not a lot of talking in it, I don't know how well it could do for that, but there are some options out there. Or hire an editor. Just send them all that. Seriously, send them all that your video files in bulk and say, hey, how much would you charge to chop this up for me?
Right.
If you had if I'm trying to get a person that's never been, because everybody sees tuna and they're like, I want to go offshore fishing. What are your words of advice to prepare for this? Because everybody thinks that they're just going to go on a boat and catch a 100-pound tuna and reel it in. I'm saying? It's going to be a great day. What do you usually tell your guests before you go on there?
My best advice is always to just keep an open mind and take what the day will give you. Because I leave the dock with a plan every day, but I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 trips, I'm on plan C or D by the time we get to the dock.
Yeah.
And you've just got to understand what you're trying to do, and it wouldn't be that special if it was easy to do.
That's true too.
When you finally get it done.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
You got snapper trips as well, right? When do you usually run you usually run tuna and then come back in for snapper, or you just run snapper?
We will stop for the snapper on the way back in, and I do offer during snapper season basically only. I'll offer a snapper trip for the 6 to 8 hour day, pretty much during snapper season only. But outside of that, to do anything else, you got to make the run out to the shelf. So we're out there kind of anyways. But I do a 8 to 10 hour trip for basically bottom fishing only. You go out there, you go sword fishing, and then deep dropping for grouper and your snappers and all that, and come in and just don't worry about the catching the bait and then the long runs for the tuna and all that. You pretty much just go straight for the grocery shopping.
Yeah.
There you go.
You ever catch any golden tile? You ever target any?
I have. It's been a while, but I caught a couple good ones with the G Pro guys a couple years ago. Talk about learning things. I learned some stuff with those guys.
Really?
They're hand cranking, they're jigging hand cranking in 900 foot with like with 10-pound braid and like
What?
Why?
yeah. Just crazy things.
Yeah, that's insane.
What are they? I mean, what setups are they using?
I don't know the names of them, but they got the slow pitch rods that are like just noodle hair thin, and the hand crank reels that they've got like a Tiagra handle on
the
it.
handle's like this big.
The handle's bigger than the reel.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they're pulling up yellow edge groupers, and they call it a Darwin slime head.
Stuff that don't even exist.
Yeah. Just pulling up
making that
aliens.
shit up. Yeah. We don't know what this is. It's one of those.
Yeah.
So, but that's one of my favorite things about deep dropping is once you get out to like really deeper than 600, you don't know what's coming up.
No telling.
You got a good idea, but there's all kinds of little sea critters down there.
Yeah.
And they normally all taste good because I mean they're coming up refrigerated.
That's kind of how I gauge it. You know what I mean? Like when I figured out swordfish taste the way they do, that's why I was like, all right, I'm interested now to go. I'll sacrifice 2 hours of sitting there and not do anything because them things taste legit.
They are delicious, and you catch one and your day's made because it's like something crazy. I had to guess probably like a 70% yield on your meat.
Yeah.
And when you're done filleting them, they're nothing but a spine and guts from there. So
big. You ever seen an orange one?
I haven't.
Pumpkins,
yeah,
right?
I haven't caught a pumpkin yet, but I'm looking forward to the day it happens.
Yeah, I want to see one of those too.
It's like every time I cut one open, I'm like, not today, not today.
Like Charlie opening up that candy bar for that golden ticket, right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
What's the craziest fish you've pulled in, or craziest fish you've seen out there? Weirdest fish, I guess.
Species wise, or something.
Yeah.
We've caught the Escalar oilfish while we're sword fishing. We've caught the keel-tail pomfrets.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, I mean those things come up. They look like aliens. I mean
I've never seen it.
Big gigantic eyes.
Yeah, it looks like the headlights of like a Lexus or something. Just like looking around. It's crazy. And then but I guess some of my favorite catches we've caught. I've released 2 blue marlin in 2 different years in the Billfish Classic here in Biloxi, and then I guess one of my most memorable fishes would be we killed a 211-pound sword in the Mud Marlin Classic. Last year, and that was a wild ride because we caught it on the first day, and this happens to me more than not. But these fish, when they get up to the boat, are real unpredictable. And I was fishing this tournament without a mate, and it was just me and the guys that signed up for the tournament. And I actually hooked the fish on the drill. Like we were getting ready to pick the bait up and reset. We're hand cranking, but I got a drill with the attachment on it. So I sit over the gunnel and I put the drill on it, and I'm wee.
Old D-Walt.
Yeah. It's wee. And I'm like, guys, we're tight. And so the line starts going backwards, and I'm like, oh, this is a real fish. And so we got on it, got it up to the boat, and she came up, coming around towards the bow, and I left the wheel to run up and gaff her, and that's when I really realized how big it was. And she started diving down, and I got like an 8-foot gaff. I was like, oh, I'm not going down deep for this monster. I know better.
Be overboard.
By the time I ran back to the wheel and started getting on the throttles to kind of spin out of it, she got all the way up under, and we didn't come off the drag. I got it on video where the rod really got bent. Rod snaps, it explodes. With this fish on the boat, and we saw panic. And everybody's like, "Cat, what do we do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Just give me a minute to think. I'm thinking here, man. I'm thinking." And so we really just went over and grabbed the line. The rod slid down to the fish, and it was thankfully kind of on its way out, and it expended its energy, and I hand lined it up.
No shit.
I grabbed the main line, and it kind of just started walking her up, and she came up. My buddy's got a gaff in her, and
wow,
damn,
we thought we had won the tournament at that point when we landed that fish.
Pretty good fish.
It was a good one, and we were pumped, and but we got beat out by like 25 pounds or something like that.
Oh, that's a bad beat.
We
huh?
got back to Orange Beach, but it was second place. We got the
Yeah.
we got the big fancy check, and it was a great time. That was a long run too, because we caught that fish south of the river, the Mississippi River mouth.
You had to run all the way to Orange Beach.
All the way to Orange Beach from there.
That's a haul.
So it was.
You ever put bladders on your boat, or you got that much fuel that you can run that far?
I put a bladder on my boat once and won't ever do it again. Because
Really?
it was like the extra weight of the bladder made me need the bladder.
Yeah. Burning more gas with more gas on it. Yeah.
Right. I put that bladder on it was actually the swordfish tournament the year prior. And it was rough as could be coming out of between Horn Island and Chandelier. And like I needed to put that. I emptied the fuel bladder, which was 100 gallons, before I was like south of 108, which is just south of Chandelier. I'm like,
we burning way too much gas.
Right, I've normally burnt like 25 gallons from here, and I've burnt like 100 now. So it was kind of the law of diminishing returns there.
Right.
But did a lot of homework on my boat before I bought it. It's got the range. It holds that's a whole other story right there on how much fuel my boat holds. The sticker says 295 capacity, but that Louisiana Tuna Wahoo Classic in 22, I think we fished it. It was the second year I had my Invincible. It was a awesome time. We coordinated with one of the motherships down at Chandelier Islands, and we fished day one, out of Mary Walker.
Yeah.
Did our fishing. We were like 0 for 3 that day, and came back to the mothership and
stayed the night, Chandelier.
Yeah, stayed the night. They had fuel out there. I did my math on what I needed, and where we're going, and it's somewhere like Chandelier. You only take what you need. I'm not going to just empty out their fuel tank just because they got it.
Right.
So I only took what I needed, and we go out there the next morning and killed a 202 out of the mothership, and we run in, and I'm like on the pins, because I'm doing the math. I'm like, it don't matter how fast I run. I got enough gas to get there. Boom.
Peg them.
Yeah, I'm like 3 miles south of Petti Bois, and
no.
they go dead. And I'm like, oh my goodness! And I declared my day that day and had a 200. I didn't know what it weighed yet, but there was.
And you did all that math in college, and you're good at math.
Yeah, he's talking about trig and calculus. He knows all that shit.
He's good at math.
I'm just like,
I just screwed that up from the get go.
Joey's like,
we go like 4 more miles.
Oh no, just go.
Yeah.
But man, so my buddy Hunter, thank goodness I called, got good friends, and he loaded up some fuel cans and ran them out to us. And
damn.
So and weigh-in is like a hard 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
You gotta get back.
Yeah.
Y'all pulled in what, 5:59?
6:02.
Oh yeah.
I officially missed weigh-in with that fish.
Oh shit.
You didn't get to weigh it?
I did, but it made me feel a whole lot better that even at 202 pounds, that fish didn't win any money that year.
Okay, all right, God, because if you'd have had anything in place, I would have threw up all over the dock.
I would have been sick. But it was a strong year that year. And I think there was some 230s, some 220s.
Be honest, what was you thinking when you pulled up and they said 602 cap? I'm sorry, and you're thinking this is gonna place. What was that going through your head?
It's the worst
like I'm gonna burn this whole place down.
Yeah. It's just it is what it is kind of things. And but even then, the way that tournament works, I already knew it's over 2 months, and so you can see the weights already posted.
Okay.
And so you kind of know.
We did that on a redfish tournament, actually out of Mary Walker. We pulled in the weigh-in was at 6 o'clock. We pulled in at 6:02, and we had the first and second redfish, and we didn't get to weigh them. It's the worst. It's like everybody's like waving us, and we're like, "Yeah, we're coming." They're like, "No, it's time," and I'm like,
Hey, rules is rules.
Rules is rules.
It is, and you can't bend them.
No. We almost got a speeding ticket getting there, ripped the whole bimini top off the boat. And,
damn. And then it's like, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm like, damn, we missed it, but 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Like, what can we have done?
I mean, I'm jumping out the truck, jumping in the boat, grabbing a fish, running in there like, no. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god.
Was it the train bridge that got you? That's my nemesis running.
No, we actually pulled up in Ocean Springs and drove
Gotcha.
to Gaucher, and then every light is red and everybody's doing
Yeah.
this, and it's like
It
God,
always goes like that.
we
Yeah.
literally pulled in on 2 wheels and 4 wheels because the trailer was up off the other 2 wheels.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, too late. I'm like, oh god, it's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Disgusting.
I can imagine. I got a couple more before we wrap it up because let's talk about like for you. So 19, you've learned a lot since then, and you do all these different species. You love offshore. What is the mindset for you when you go out to target a specific species? Don't give any trade secrets away, but like I want to know the difference between like what you're thinking as the captain. If we're gonna go. Let's do like you said yellowfin is kind of that's your jam.
Yeah.
Let's do yellowfin and then pick one other species, and I want you to kind of tell me the difference between the two from your perspective. Planning, obviously bait, how you're going to target them, that kind of shit.
Yeah, it just definitely depends on the time of year it is, and no matter what time of year it is, it starts with Hilton's chart.
Okay.
That lets you know where you're going or if it's even feasible.
Okay.
So I can say, hey, guys, it's.
It ain't really we're wasting our time.
The water we need's out of range.
Okay.
We might get them if we run this 120-mile run,
but we might not.
Yeah. So
yep.
You got to kind of feel it out from there, and then, man, with the tunas, everything really does have to go right because we're really fortunate here that we have a really wide variety of bait species.
Mm-hmm.
We catch cigar minnows, LYs. I think they're called scaled sardines. They're like threadfin herring, but they don't have the long threadfin.
Yeah.
And then of course the hornbellies and hardtails. But we normally get to go out there with a smorgasbord, and those picky little bastards, they only want one bait. Some days they'll eat anything you throw at them.
Right.
But some days, they're just like a trout. They want that watermelon sparkle on a quarter ounce.
Yep.
Where like they're like,
and it better pop twice.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
If you don't have 40-pound Seaworks on a 2-aught hook with a hardtail that's 3 inches long, you go do something else.
That's right. You're like, you bastard. How do you know
Do you
that?
fish that a lot? Do you fish the small hooks? Because all the tuna fish I've been into is usually the small hooks.
Oh yeah,
Small circle hooks on the fluorocarbon lever or whatever you want to call
it. It normally blows people's minds when they're like,
a little bitty hook like this.
They're like, we're tuna fishing with this. Like,
Yeah.
we're catching a 50-pound fish with this. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it goes right there.
Yeah.
What's your favorite bait? If you had to pick one, if you only had to bring one bait out there, what would you bring?
Probably, I guess, a blue runner, a small blue runner. 'Cause
Yeah.
If they're like, 4 to 5 inches, you can really catch anything with them, from the snapper to grouper to tunas to white marlins will eat them. Really anything will eat them, and they're real hardy baits. They're not going to die on you in the live well.
Right.
They're always real frisky, but they're also the smartest bait. Like if you throw a live hardtail within a 20-foot, 30-foot radius of that boat, he's swimming straight back under it.
Right.
He'll come right back under the boat and hide. He's like, I'm not going out there.
That's right. I'm not stupid, buddy.
Doing it.
But then like those scaled sardines, like they're the dumbest bait fish in the Gulf.
We're free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put them in the middle of a feeding frenzy and you just drop them next to the boat and he runs across the top like a live buzzbait.
Like an idiot.
Yeah.
And just-
I'm getting away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what you thought, sucker. Yeah.
But yeah, like I guess a good small blue runner hardtail is probably the most versatile bait.
Yeah. Do you ever prep? Do you ever throw for mullet? Do you ever croakers the night before? Or you always catch them on the way out?
Pretty much all during the summertime. We're pretty much all Sabikian baits out there offshore. I've tried to do the pogie thing. We have a great access to pogies on coming out of the river. You normally can black out the wells, but for us and our run, if you surround your day around those pogies, if they're not at the first stop, like if they're not at Ram Powell, you're done. Like because all your bait's gonna be dead by the time you get to Horn Mountain or anywhere else. They'll be real weak, and they don't like the salt water too much. But if you got a live well full of hornbellies or something like that, they'll last all day, no matter what you're doing.
I love it. And then something like, so that's kind of more on the yellowfin side, like What would be another species that's kind of like 180 from all that? Would swords a complete different story as far as how you have to think about it when you approach?
Yeah. The sword fishing is really. You can go out there with 2 fishing rods.
Really?
Yeah, or even one.
It's got to be big.
Yeah. You can go out there with 180 wide and a couple eels and a couple squids and go start banging bottom.
Okay. Yeah. Just hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
That's a hurry up and wait kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then in the wintertime, it's more like we go. I will do some bait prep on those with mullet. Like I'll ride around the marsh some days and try to keep a pen full of big live mullets to run out there with, because that's something I don't like doing the morning of a trip.
Right. Yeah. I guess that's what everybody's following the shrimp boats when the tuna's following the shrimp boats up behind it.
Yeah. Big mullets are the way to go, because it's crazy. You'll watch a hungry bonito come up and put a mullet in his mouth and start swimming around with it. He can't eat it, but then he'll take it down and let go of it, and then big fish will come eat it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild out there. What you got coming up on the horizon, man? I mean, we're in July right now, so hopefully in another few weeks it'll be cooling off just a little bit. I'm assuming from what I'm hearing you say, yellowfin ought to be coming back up on the menu, I guess, in the next few months.
Hopefully so. I'm hoping this tropical storm, changes things up a little bit and get some blue water in closer.
Okay.
My last 2 blue water trips out there, it was the mahi fishing has been just top tier.
Really?
But it was. I knew. I had a feeling it would be this year, because like a few months ago, there was more sargassum grass than I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that one
out there.
I guess you were captain. Somebody else gaffed it.
Yeah.
That was a big bull. What, 30 pounds, somewhere around there?
That one was probably about 20, but I definitely I broke off my first one ever. It was probably over 30 pounds.
Really?
That day.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like this table jumping out of the water out there. Right. That was awesome. But yeah, the mahi fishing's like on fire.
Okay.
And then you're looking at the sonar, and you're like, if you want the sonar to look like you want it to when you go tuna fishing, I would draw it exactly like it looks right then. But they're just, I don't know if the mahis have just been getting to them too fast, and the tunas just hadn't been active or what. But
that's a good consolation, though. I do like mahi.
Oh,
Yellowfin is delicious, but mahi's good too.
Yeah.
And man, it's such fun fishing. I mean, this last trip out, I almost never really even seen anything like it. They were just behind the boat swarming, just like.
Really?
And we were using the just white bucktail jigs, nothing on them, throwing them behind the boat, 2 jigs, and it's on. Like you could almost commercial fish them.
The little chicken dolphins are delicious.
Yeah,
they are good. They're my least favorite fish of all fish to clean.
Yeah, and they're nasty too. They're like a daggone ladyfish. When you get in a boat, they're
Oh yeah. Boat is disgusting. It looks like a war zone.
They're hard to clean.
It's their spine. I guess made this little. I have to make this little motion over it where you get down to the spine on both sides, and then you have to do this little weird little walk.
Gotcha.
Kind of like a cobia spine or a swordfish spine or something like that. It's just real pronounced and doesn't come off there real easy. But they do taste very good.
They're delicious.
You have
conveniently enough.
You eat a mahi taco that you went out and caught. It puts one from a restaurant to shame. For sure.
You got a lot of comments, man. Captain Derek Palmer said he's fished with you a few times. He said, awesome captain and does what it takes to find the fish. We can attest to that. Colton said he's got a trip booked with you. He's pumped up to chase him at the end of August. So he said, highly recommend you. And Angie's commented a few times, and she said, where are we at here? Hold on. Angie's right here. Your enthusiasm is unmatched. Second time we heard that. And he wants to put people on the fish more than any person she knows. So by far the most fun captain you ever catch fish with.
Yeah.
Man, if you're not having fun, you gotta go do something else.
That's it.
That's what I tell people.
Angie actually deckhanded for you.
She did. She did. We had a good little run. She got up and going and doing her thing.
Yeah.
It's been awesome to see. And she fished that Billfish Classic with me that year.
Okay.
We released the blue. That was awesome.
That's awesome, man. I dropped your Facebook page in the comments. People can go there, hit you up. You got a website. Where should we send them? Is Facebook the best? To book a trip?
Yeah. My Facebook's got the link to my website in my bio.
Okay, and that's where they can go to actually book the trip.
Yeah, that's where it's got the calendar and all the trip options on there.
If you had to give somebody a month or 2 months to say, this is tuna time, when is it?
It really just depends on what you want to do. If you want that big fish, it's it's December, January. But if you want your, I guess, most reliable fishing,
Right,
it'd
yeah.
be the summer months. But I'd say right now, but the water's just kind of messed up.
yeah.
Like, I got all my memories popping up from last year where we're just smoking the tunas all summer long.
Yeah.
It's like my chart plotter had like 2 lines on it. The first one going to the triple rig, the second one going to Ram Powell and Horn Mountain, and then
That's it. Back home.
nothing
Yeah.
else. Nothing else. And then now it looks like an etch a sketch going around the whole Gulf. So.
Where are they?
Are you catching like the butterball, like the 75 pounders?
Yeah.
Instead of the big fish. The big fish are usually in the winter. Is what you're saying?
Right. And I don't think anybody really understands that or knows why it happens, but I'm damn sure glad it does.
Yeah.
They definitely know that they've associated the bait cycle. It definitely revolves around that, but we don't understand why those fish leave. Like it's like why are there acres of 200-pound tunas here from December to March, and then they're just gone. Like,
bait or breeding, right? It's got to be one of the two.
Like they're not
smart.
Right.
you know the big sporties will catch the occasional big fish out there because they're fishing big marlin baits and stuff out there in the blue water. But if the big fish were really here in the mass numbers, you'd be seeing them coming into Venice, and they're just
150-pound plus. Yeah.
Right. They definitely leave the Gulf or go somewhere we don't know. But
this is my last question. When you catch a tuna, even a 75, 80-pound tuna, that's a lot of meat.
Yes.
People don't realize this is a lot of meat. How do you tell your guests? Do you tell them to vacuum seal them, freeze them? How do you preserve eat it as much as you can before you got to freeze it? How does that work?
Right. Yeah, it definitely depends on kind of how much we catch that day. Like I like to tell people, like each tuna's got 4 loins, and I kind of split it out to where 1 loin is going to be cut out to where it's like ready to eat. This is what you're going to make your sushi, your poke bowls, your sashimi out of. And then the rest of it, you leave skin on and cut it in big chunks. And I always give everybody the rundown of everybody's instinct is to rinse it with water. And
don't let that touch it.
It ruins it instantly. So I gotta give everybody the rundown of dryness is your friend. You want to take what I give you. Pull it out of the bag, pat it dry as you can. Take a knife, scrape it over, scrape the little micro scales off of it. You'll see like a little layer come off, and then vacuum seal large chunks and freeze the large chunks.
Right.
That way, whenever you thaw them out and get ready to eat, that's when you trim the bloodline off and then take the skin off. Because then you're exposing meat that's never seen air before at that point.
Right.
So you're leaving the skin on.
Right. You don't ever want to cut your loins up into like ready to eat sizes and then vacuum seal that and freeze it, because then you're taking a small piece that you're like gonna eat that is gonna get freezer burned around the edges, no matter how good you vacuum seal it. So it's always good to leave that sacrificial. Layers on each side to trim it up whenever you get it done.
And what do you think, just from your experience, like how long should you leave one in the freezer like that? What do you think it can go?
Oh, man, I've had them. I don't know. I haven't had one yet where I was like, oh, that's been in there too long.
Okay. Yeah.
6 months, year.
Right. I've had it out to a year for sure, and it's just as long as it's done right that way. If you freeze a small steak, that can go bad pretty quick. But
okay. That's the way they sell them.
And
you buy them too.
You a big searing fan?
Oh yeah. No, me and my main deckhand Patrick, he's in the commercial cooking world, and we'll disagree on this sometimes. it's not commercially right to do. But I always tell people I like to season it and let it rest on the counter until it's basically room temperature.
Yeah.
But he's like,
can't do that.
No, that's against the rules.
Like, hey, I ain't got to follow rules at home.
That's against the rules.
I'll eat it right off just fillet it and give it to me right there is what I like it the best.
Right. But I can't stand it if it's still cold in the center and then I sear it and it's hot on the outside and cold in the middle. I don't like that.
Right.
So, as long as you let it rest, and then as long as you sear it where you can cut it like ice cream. Like you can take it with a spoon and it doesn't flake. That's where you want it.
That's right.
If it flakes, it's over with.
That's right.
It's tough and
there's a lot of good fish out there. Triple tail, even swordfish. Swordfish is delicious, but raw, Yellowfin tuna.
It's hard to beat.
It's really, really
It's in
hard
its
to
own
beat.
class, man. It's
is.
red. There's nothing else like
Right.
it.
And even the fish itself is
Like a
just
big
like
watermelon.
I don't know. They're just something about the way they look. They look like a bullet, like a torpedo. They're yellow. They're There's a beautiful fish.
And I enjoy watching them feed. It's just as much as I do catching them.
Yeah.
It's just
Fish killer. Great captain. Experiences with him. Been out several times with Zach.
You ever hooked up with a bluefin out there? You ever seen any?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on my day. And whatever. There's those Dick Jagger lyrics about that too. It's like you better. I'll be calling for a pardon if I hook one of these.
Yeah,
So it's coming back to
Get
the
me out
dock.
of jail because he's coming to the freezer, baby.
Yeah.
We didn't even get into that whole scene about the music that you play out there.
Yeah,
Shout out
Oh, man.
Dick Jagger and his
big
music.
time shout out to him.
Yeah. Do you know him personally?
I don't. I
Okay.
talk to him on Instagram every now and then. Just I'll tag him and some of the stuff, like his music will be playing while we're out there
Yeah.
doing the thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he loves it. And man, that's just that's cool
We
stuff.
we reached out. We got to get him to actually get in the studio.
Yeah, we're gonna do a rap war.
Yeah.
East Coast versus West
Or
Coast.
create like a
rap
whole
war,
Cash Money situation.
Yeah.
So he's over there. I think he's in Pensacola.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we
Pensacola.
Pensacola over here. We'll do our own little.
But
thing.
yeah, I mean, he's just got some lines in those songs.
He's
that just
good.
Make
Yeah,
my
he's
head
good.
explode. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, that's just
Yeah. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
It's killer stuff, man. Like I said, I got the page linked in the comments, man. Thanks everybody for watching. All the comments that came through, we appreciate that. Thank y'all for tuning in. Zach, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah,
It's been
appreciate it, man.
One we've been wanting to get done for a while, so I'm glad.
Man, yeah,
Especially
thank
in
y'all for
this,
having me.
in
Yeah.
this tropical storm, you had to drive all the way
Yeah,
over.
yeah. Weather wasn't great today, so.
Yeah.
What do you say? Zach lost his shit when he was featured in a Dick Jagger lyric? You were featured in a Dick Jagger lyric?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Yeah. Patrick, my deckhand. He sent me the link to. It's called Raise One Up, and he's like, "Listen to the second verse and call me back." And I was like, "No, he's not meaning what he means." It's like, but yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but. You know, the way I named my charter business, this is the whole chemical engineering thing, but it is the bane of my existence too, because like it's hard to explain to people, and it's the pronunciation's off. But,
Yep.
But yeah, the lyrics are. I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Can just bleep them out if you don't want to say
Yeah.
it.
But
People can go look it up.
Yeah.
Go look
it says. In the sippy, you know that your boy stay connected.
Okay.
We going raw and them fish straight unprotected.
Okay.
So that was the lyric. I was like, man,
That's me, dog. That's me, dog. Yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah, it was cool stuff.
Yeah.
But man, it's just it sets the vibe
It
out
does.
there when
It
you're
does.
going out there.
Yeah.
Going
We're
fish
going to
catching.
try to tap into that market a little bit. We
Yeah.
got the Here Fishy out there, so we got a couple more we're going to do.
Gotta put out some more gold
it's,
records.
It's been fun. It's
Oh,
been
yeah.
real fun. And he was inspired definitely by Dick Jagger and definitely by the trip with you, because you were blasting it out there too, and that song was from that trip. So it's cool shit.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for stopping by, brother. Thanks
Yeah,
everybody
good one.
again watching on the lives replay. Y'all go download the Brownwater Banter app. All of our stuff is in there, man.
Book a trip. Book a trip with Zach.
Yeah, book a trip. Click the link. It's right there. You don't have anything to do. It'll be in the show notes for everything. Go book a trip with him, so you don't have to. Don't take our word for it.
Yeah,
go
do it
experience
yourself.
Yeah, that's right. The Brownwater app. Don't fight the algorithm. Download the app, and all our stuff's right in there. So if y'all keep tuning in, we'll keep doing it. We'll see you on the next one.
Later.
Thanks so much for checking out the show. We really appreciate the support. If you haven't downloaded the Brownwater Banter app yet, go do it. It's free in the App Store and on Google Play. We have everything covered for a day out on the water. We've got the tides, the radar, Tails and Scales app. We've got a radio station right inside of it, and it's all free. All of our content is in there. You can listen to the show directly inside of the app. Make sure you keep your notifications turned on so you can stay in touch with us as we go live with guests in the future and plan events. If y'all keep tuning in, we'll keep doing them. We'll see you on the next one.
Brown Water Banter.